you guys have decided to spend 1 hour of your time on this demonstration, and I'll try my best to make sure that I do justice to your time. So before we get started, can you please confirm that you are able to hear me clearly? Awesome. Okay. So welcome to the demonstration, guys. Now, before we really get into what this course is all about and what we're going to cover, may we have a small introduction of everybody. So if you could just let us know what you work on, what's your experience on Hadoop, and what are your goals with this course, that will be really, really great. All you need to tell us is what you work on, what is that you know of Hadoop, and the last thing, what are your expectations from an ideal Hadoop course. Now, it's very difficult to basically make everybody happy, but once we get your expectations, it will help us improvise the course slightly so that you get what you want. So let's get started. In case your mic is not working, please put it on chat. So let's start with Ramakrishna. Hi Ramakrishna, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I am working in AT&T in Alpharetta, Georgia. I do application support on Windows, on Microsoft technologies-based application, like in .NET SQL Server. So I don't have enough experience on Java, but so the reason I joined is I want to know if we can do anything based on Windows knowledge, like big data, anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that is my expectation, to find out if I can learn the big data related technologies based on the experience I have so far.
Okay, fantastic. Sure. So welcome to the demonstration, and I'll take up your question in detail as soon as we complete the introduction. Thanks Ramakrishna. Welcome to the demonstration. Hi Atish. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, Atish. I have unmuted you, Atish.
Yeah, actually, I mainly work with a lot of databases. I'm a database application developer, and currently I work in MQ. I'm basically trying to I also did database warehouse development before, so I'm trying to get back to big data from that point of view. I mean, do predictive analysis, if I can. I am not very strong in Java. I mean, I'm very strong in SQL and a lot of other database technologies, but Java is, I've not done much online Java. And
sure.
So that's what I'm trying to get out of this course.
Sure. So I guess let's quickly jot down questions. So Ramakrishna kind of said it's like, what does a Microsoft technology guy has it in Hadoop? That's vaguely the question. And second is, do I need to know Java? That was again a question kind of posed by Atish. So we'll answer.
Yeah.
So welcome to the demonstration, Atish. Let's go with Avinash. Hi Avinash. Welcome to the demonstration. Would be great if you could just introduce yourself.
I work for health partners.
Avinash, your voice is not clear at all. In case your mic is not working, you can put it on chat and I'll introduce you to the group.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Avinash, your voice is not audible at all, Avinash. All right, I guess, yeah, you can put it on chat and I'll introduce you. Hi, Bhagya. Please introduce yourself, Bhagya.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm Bhagya. Years of experience in data warehousing.
Okay. Okay. Your voice is not clear. I guess a lot of people are having issues with the mic.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, now I'm able to hear a lot of background noise. Yeah, Bhagya, you can probably introduce yourself on chat, and I'll introduce you to the group, Bhagya. All right, let's go to Bharat Yadav. Hi, Bharat.
Hello
Hi.
everyone. Am I audible
Yeah,
clearly?
yeah, you're audible, Bharat.
Okay. Okay. My name is Bharat, and currently I'm working at Sears as IT infrastructure project program manager. And I have a background of Linux, Unix, and various other flavors of Linux administration and VMware and all this kind of infrastructure related stuff. And I'm willing to learn Hadoop, know what is it, and also wanted to have a clear expectation. Like the first highest priority would be certification.
Okay.
Like what all types of certifications are there for Hadoop administration and data scientists and all. What is the growth path? And after that, I can have a checkpoint. Do I need to further continue my management or get into the Hadoop, big data, and data scientist path? So this would be again a decision maker stuff after certification.
Fantastic. Sure. So certainly we'll take up those questions. So let's quickly say certification, certifications, paths, and checkpoints. So I'll answer that question once we during the demonstration. Sure. So welcome to the demonstration. So we have Bill. Bill, I guess, yeah, Bill, I've sent you the audio pin so you can unmute yourself. All right, so we have some more introductions. I'll directly put their introductions on chat so that you guys can basically let's understand overall. So we have Avinash. Okay, so this is Avinash. We have Broad, who's we have Broad, who's okay. Sure, Broad. Yeah. So we have Bhagya. So Bhagya is, we have Kumar. So you guys can, yeah, feel free to put it on chat also. We have, yes, CB, I'll take up that question. So the question from CB is, will Linux commands be taught? So I'll take that up. Okay, sure, Rod. So we have, all right, so we have fairly diverse all right. So CB Muthu, yeah, Indrajit, you can introduce yourself, Indrajit.
Okay. Hey, hi, my name is Indrajit Devanhalli. I am a Java developer. I am working in Barclays Bank in Wilmington, Delaware. I have an overview of Hadoop as a big data tool and how it can handle a huge amount of unstructured data. And my expectations from this is I would like to understand more about Hadoop, and I would also like to understand what we need to do to become a Hadoop developer or getting it as a career option. Because I think Hadoop or big data is the next big wave along with the mobile technology.
Yeah, so welcome to the course, Indrajit, and I'll take up, so yeah, Hadoop is really very hot, and during the presentation I'll tell you what's the scope of work and how one can proceed. So I'll certainly take up that, yeah.
Sure.
So welcome to the course, Indrajit. So we have Ramnath who's introduced himself. Ramnath, if you can give me some more details. We have Rakesh. So Rakesh has introduced himself on chat. So Rakesh, welcome to this course. And let's go to Jana. So we have Jana, who's a Teradata guy. So we have Jana. Okay. And so we have Manini. Yeah, please go ahead, Manini. Please introduce yourself. Yeah, hi Manini. Please introduce yourself. Is my voice clear, guys? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So Manini, you can introduce yourself. Naveen, Ramnath, you introduce yourself on chat. Sukanya and Shravan Kumar, you guys can introduce yourself on chat. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead. So guys, yeah, Manini, please go ahead and introduce yourself on chat. Sukanya, Shravan Kumar, Ram, can you introduce yourself on chat, please? Okay, so while introductions come, I'll put everything here. So let's get going, guys. Ramnath is a Java developer, okay? So you have Ramnath, who's a Java developer. We have CB, who's a SQL developer. So we have fairly good diverse crowd, okay? We have Muthu. We have Shravan Kumar. Sure. We have Shravan. Wow. So we have Ram, who's a Java developer. Okay. So we have Naveen Samson. Naveen. Okay. Wow. And we have Manini. All right, guys. So we kind of have introduced everybody, I guess. So if somebody is missing, yeah, just put it on chat and we'll introduce you to the group. So thanks, guys. Thanks for really joining in. So many guys. So it's fantastic. Hi, Anil. Yeah, please go ahead and introduce yourself, Anil. Hi, Abhishek. Okay. We have Sukanya, who's a Java developer. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Anil, please go ahead. Yeah. So we have people from Cognos and Java also. Anil is from Cognos and Java. Okay. So yeah, keep on those introductions coming in. I'll get and just put it here. So guys, Sai, your name is appearing as Anil. That's a problem. Okay. So let's first talk about the overall Hadoop and what career paths do you have. Sure. Yeah, not a problem. Let's first talk about Hadoop and what career paths do you have. Okay. And we see what exactly it is. Now first, rest assured that Hadoop is super hot and it's here to stay. So there is no doubt about it, and probably that is where we all have kind of joined this particular meeting, because we all understand. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me clearly? Because I guess a couple of people have issues hearing me. Is the voice clear? Okay. I'll try to be loud so that everybody gets. Okay, not a problem. So I'll try to be loud. So Hadoop is super hot and it's here to stay. Now, so we all are convinced with this, and I'll tell you what Hadoop is. Let's quickly talk about the career progressions here. Hadoop majorly has 4 roles for you. You can build your career in 4 ways in Hadoop. You can be a Hadoop developer, Okay, you need to know Java, and you should be fairly good at programming. You can be an Hadoop administrator, which is role number 2. For that, you should be super strong in Linux. So Java and programming, you should be at least 5 on 10. For being a good Hadoop administrator, you should be at least 7 on 10 on Linux. Otherwise, it's a tough ride. The next role for you is Hadoop Business Intelligence Professionals. Okay, here you should be super good at SQL. You should have some knowledge of BI. And the fourth role, which is the most difficult and the highest paid role, it's data scientist. And with data scientist, you can easily clock a 200K salary. But the point is, you should know a lot of things. You should know at least one scripting language like Perl or maybe Unix shell. You should be super good at statistics, and you should know one statistical language, at least one statistical language, preferably R. Preferably R. But if you don't want to learn R, if you know SPSS from IBM or SAS from SAS, you should be good. Okay, so these are the 4 roles that you can make your career in. Okay, so first thing, guys, it's not necessary to know Java. If you want to become a Hadoop developer, only then worry about Java. If you are going into administration track, don't worry about Java. If you are already good at SQL, you don't know Java, don't worry. Go to Hadoop BI side, you have SQL, and you should know a bit of BI, and you should be fairly good. And the fourth role is data scientist. There you should really know statistics pretty well, at least one statistical language and at least one scripting language. If you want to be a rock solid, or if you want to be a rock star data scientist, you should, if you really want to be a rock star data scientist, you should know at least one business domain. You should know programming, and you should know statistics if you want to be one of the best. Okay, and it's a lot of work. Yeah, I'll be taking that up. Now, is Hadoop only for Linux or open source folks and nothing for MS folks? That's not the case. Microsoft has released its own Hadoop called HD Insight. Okay, it's called HD Insight. Okay, with HD Insight, good Pradeep, yeah. How are you doing, Pradeep? With HD Insight, okay, you can install, with HD Insight you can install Hadoop on Windows Server. You can play with Hadoop using MSBI, that's Microsoft Business Intelligence. Okay, and the best part of this is, you can write .NET code for Hadoop. All right, Now, so that is one thing that is from the Microsoft perspective. So does that kind of answer your questions regarding the career path? Should I know Java, and what does it have for Microsoft, guys? Does that kind of answer the question, guys? No, still in market. Did not get your thing, Pradeep. Oh no, in the beginning there were some questions on that. Okay, so yeah, Pradeep, if you could elaborate your question. Yeah, sure. Let me talk about. Okay. So guys, now let's talk about the certifications. Quickly, let's talk about certifications. There are two vendors who give certification: Cloudera, Hortonworks. What you should take is completely depending on what your customer prefers. If your customer prefers Hortonworks, go for Hortonworks. If your customer is a Cloudera shop, go to Cloudera. It's purely your wish. There is no recommendation. Both are equally good. Okay, both are equally good. So now let's talk about the certifications. There is a certification on Hadoop developer, okay, which is typically 60 questions. I'm talking about Cloudera. So first I'll talk about Cloudera. 60 questions, and this will cost you a whopping $299. Then you have Hadoop administrator. You have 60 questions, and again it's a whopping $299. Then you have HBase, which is 45 questions, and last I remember it was $199. Then you have a certification on data scientist. Now this is the trickiest of all because it has 60 questions plus a project, and this will cost you amazing $450. All right. Hortonworks, you have Hadoop developer. I guess they are 60 questions, but I'm not really sure, okay, because most people, they choose to take the Hortonworks course and then write certification. It's $150. I'll take that up. Hadoop administration. Again, I guess it's 60 questions and it's $150. So these are the certification space. So the question is, does data scientist need you to be employed doing Hadoop? Data scientist will have some questions on Hadoop, and the project is based on Hadoop. So if you can know enough to solve Hadoop problems, you're good. You may not be employed and having working Hadoop experience. That's fine. Got it? So if you not worked on Hadoop, will you wait for 1 year to learn Hadoop or basically work on Hadoop, then do data scientist? Not necessary. Correct? Now let's talk about what certifications this course of yours will help me with. Right? I'm sure a lot of people would have this question. So these are the two certifications, and these are the two certifications. After this particular course, with some more preparation, you can take these two certifications. Totally these four. Either you can choose Cloudera or Hortonworks. You should be basically faring well. Yeah, Manini, I'll give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll share something of late. Just give me a minute. Yeah, 1 minute. So just he's our student with the existing batch, and he's completed administration certification just a couple of days back. So he was a student from our previous batch, and he's completed Cloudera certified administration, and he's writing the dev certification next week. So basically, with some additional preparation, you will be prepared for these 4 certifications. All right. So now let's get into what exactly this course will cover. Now, I guess Mani has said, can we, repeat what we said about data scientist? Data scientist is the hottest job in United States right now. I'm sure everybody knows about that. Now, to be a good data scientist, you should know one business domain. Let's say insurance. You should know programming to write some scripts in Perl, Unix shell, or sometimes Python. You should know one statistical language, and you should understand the domain of statistics. So it's the really a very difficult feat to achieve to be a data scientist really. And it's not only about knowing that, you should be really loving numbers and reports. Yeah, but you'll not be using JavaScript. JavaScript is a web scripting language. We are talking about Unix shell, Perl, Python, those kind of scripts. JavaScript is a web scripting language for your web browser. Yeah, that is not the thing. Yeah. Okay, now guys, let's get into. So I hope most of the questions asked regarding Hadoop as a career, what are the tracks, how we should go about our answer. Now let's look at what this course is going to cover. Now this is a 60-hour course which basically is into 40 hours of classroom training and 20 hours of hands-on exercises. Yeah, Muthu, go ahead with your question. So we have a question from Muthu. Okay, let's do this. Let's answer the question after we do this introduction, and I'll take up the questions again. All right, let's continue with this. Please park your question. I'll certainly answer that. So this is a course which is Hadoop Development, Administration, and BI 0 to 100. This is one of our most popular course. It's a 60-hour course where 40 hours is involved in the classroom, and 20 hours is a assignment that you get to do at home. So what does this course do? It teaches you basic, teaches you development, administration, and BI aspects of Hadoop. Okay. So you have this. Now the phase 1 of this course is for 20 hours, where my goal would be to teach you basics. Okay. So we will start with what is big data. Okay. We will talk about what is Hadoop. We'll talk about Hadoop ecosystem. We will talk about, so we'll do a hands-on where I will give you a CentOS based virtual machine. Okay, like this, and you will be doing your hands-on on that. Okay, so you will have a virtual machine like this, which is CentOS based, and you will be doing your hands-on on that. We will do multi-node setup. We'll do Cloudera Manager. We'll do capacity planning. So that will bring us to the end of Hadoop fundamentals, where by the end of that section, you will 100% know what exactly is Hadoop, how it is applied, and how to do the basic stuff done. Okay. Then we get into phase number 2, which is Hadoop development, where our goal is to make you a pro developer. Okay. Here we will teach you advanced MapReduce. We will do a lot of hands-on on MapReduce, and we will have a lot of assignments on MapReduce. Phase 3, so by the end of phase 2, you would really be comfortable in doing Hadoop development. Phase 3 is for business intelligence professionals, and here what we do is we start with Pig, we start with Hive, we do ETL on Hadoop, and we do a lot of exercises on Hadoop. Okay, so that is business intelligence. So we start with Hadoop fundamentals. We go to Hadoop development. We go to business intelligence. And now it's Hadoop, okay, spelling mistake, this is Hadoop administration. And what we do is we talk about scheduling in Hadoop, we talk about monitoring, we talk about cluster maintenance, and we have a 60-mark evaluation. Okay, so this is the course. This is about me. My name is Ravi. I am 8 years into software development. I am certified on Hadoop, HBase, and MapR, and have served in India. I basically am trainer to Accenture, HP, Genpact, Mastech, and Cisco. And these are the certifications that I've done so far. So I've done Cloudera's administration, development, HBase, MapR's M5, and earlier in my career I was certified on Java and PHP. So that's about the overall course. It's more or less a 60-hour affair course, and what you call, you'll have a lot of assignments to do. So now let's have a small round of so okay, the question from CB is, why don't I be a data scientist? I'm preparing for that certification. So December end I'm writing that certification. Yeah. So statistics is something that's really I find it slightly complex because I'm not really obsessed with numbers. But somebody from reporting background who sees numbers day in day out would love to would find it very easy to get there. No, Love. See, so Love's question is, it will be a 90-minute class every day, Naveen. So Love's question is, it's a very valid question. Let's take this up. So the question is, okay, so the question is Java knowledge needed for this course? See guys, this course is a complete package with 3 dimensions. Okay, so I will give you a very unbiased view of it. This course aims at making you or giving you introduction of what is development, what is BI, and what is administration. Okay, now the idea is simple. Tomorrow you may not become a Hadoop BI guy. That's possible. Okay, but you should at least know what BI guys do with Hadoop. Okay, you may not become an administrator, but you should at least know what administrators will do. Or you may not become a developer, but doesn't harm to at least know what developers would do. Am I trying to position this course as such a way that, okay, you are a BI guy and after this course you'll become a development guy? No, you're not going to become that. You're not going to find a job for that. Okay, you will get your job or career based on your previous experience plus what you know in Hadoop. Okay, so if you have been an ETL guy for 10 years, exactly, so how you interact with other teams. See, if you've been 8 years into ETL, will this course make you a Java developer? No, that's not the goal. And I'll not be able to do that, and nobody will be able to do that because your 8 years is in ETL. You would automatically make a fantastic choice for ETL plus Pig and Hive, that is BI on Hadoop. Similarly, if you are 8 years into Java, will I make you a guru in BI? No, not possible. You'll be Java and you learn development ropes and then you become better at MapReduce development. But the idea of the course is it caters to all the dimensions so that after this, in an interview, if a customer asks, what do you know about administration? You should be at least able to tell, okay, I know how to do multi-node setup. I know how to, Cloudera Manager works, and I know what are the aspects of scheduling, monitoring, and all that stuff. But does that mean you'll be an administrator? No. If your background was never Linux, you will never be able to become a great administrator. So does that answer your question, Love? So this course will certainly help you interact with other teams. Now when you know you are a developer and when you know administration, you will at least be able to talk to your admin and say, you know what, I think we should consider scheduling because that's a better concept. So this course will help you there. So now let's quickly get into a small introduction of this course, and then I will take up all the questions you guys have. Okay. Yeah. So let's start. We'll take a small sneak peek of this course. So phase 1 of this course has introduction. We talk about what is big data. We talk about what is Hadoop. We talk about Hadoop ecosystem. We talk about HDFS and MapReduce, deeper dive. And we take up questions whenever they pop up. So the phase 1 of this course will introduce you to big data. It will introduce you to Hadoop, explain how Hadoop works, get friendly with HDFS and MapReduce, get aware about Hadoop ecosystem, and understand how Hadoop is used in real world. So my name is Ravi, 8 years into IT, couple of years into training and consulting. I'm Cloudera certified Hadoop developer, administrator, and HBase specialist, and MapR certified M5 administrator. So let's talk about what is big data. But before we talk about what is big data, let's understand why does it deserve your attention. Why is it that it's important to us? As per IDC, big data market would be $24 billion by 2016. So in 3 years from now, we are looking at $24 billion as a market. Big data would create 4.4 million new jobs by 2015. 2 years from now, we are looking at 4.4 million new jobs. Now let's not talk about couple of years. As of this very moment, while I'm talking to you guys, United States alone is facing a shortage of 200,000 big data professionals. So there is a massive shortage, and whether you're a startup, whether you're a project manager, whether you are somebody just looking for a career change, big data has an opportunity for everyone here, absolutely everyone. All right, so let's talk about what exactly is big data. In the most layman terms, big data is any amount of data that is beyond the storage and processing capabilities of a single physical machine. So let's say you have all the resources at your disposal, but there is still a limit of how much hardware you can stuff on one physical server. Okay, there is a limit to how much disk space you can have. There is a limit to how much RAM you can have. Okay, and what big data talks about is the amount of data that is simply beyond a single machine, where one machine will easily give up. We are talking of like a petabyte scale of data, let's say. So data that has extra large volume, so that's first dimension of big data. Along with that, there are two more dimensions. One is variety, second is velocity. So variety means data comes in all size and shapes, formats, and from various sources. So far we've always seen data in terms of rows and columns. So if I pick up a phone and tell you, hey, I have a lot of data, you will visualize data in terms of rows and columns. But what big data talks about is data can be just about anything. It can just be in any form. Can be a log format, JSON, XML, can be anything. And the third dimension is velocity. Data comes to your system with great velocity. Best example, Facebook. Imagine in an hour how many comments, likes, photos they get uploaded. So data gets generated really, really fast. So to reiterate, these are three characteristics of big data. For data to be referred as big data, generally the volume has to be massive. Variety, for data to be referred as big data, the data would be semi-structured, may not be always supremely structured, and may originate from variety of sources. And third, for data to be referred as big data, generally the rate at which data comes into your system is really, really fast. Now, let's visualize big data. Okay, quickly, same thing. So we have data, we have a server that's fantastic, but the data is above the capacity of that. So that's volume. Data comes to you at tremendous speed. That's velocity. And data comes to you from variety of sources, and that's variety. So these are three V's of big data. Now, you'll be wondering why this trainer has repeated volume, variety, velocity 3 times. In a single slide, he's repeated 3 times. So let's see why it's so important. Now let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask you a simple question. So I'm your customer. Just a minute, I'm typing a question and I would love to have your answer. So here is the question and tell me what's your answer to that. Okay. Can everybody see the question? So I'm your customer and I look up to you for my solutions. Okay. So whenever I need a technical advice, I come to you. Now I've heard a lot about big data. Every guy on the street is talking about big data, Hadoop. Now I come to you with a problem and I say, hey, our existing warehouse can cater 10 terabytes of data, and as of today we have 2 terabytes of data, and data is increasing by 1 GB per week. Will you advise me to invest in big data? What's your take? Okay, now there are multiple answers, but okay, it will depend on situation, that's fine, but typically your advice would be no. The advice would be no because you have 10 terabytes of scale. 10 terabytes of scale. You only have 2 terabytes of data. Every week you are adding only 1 GB. So in a year you will add 52 GB. Okay. Multiply that with, let's say, getting to 10 terabytes, you're going to take at least 50 years from now. So will you advise somebody to invest in a new technology, build a new data center, invest in new people for that? So the answer is no. But the point I was trying to drive home is, whenever you look at a problem, and whenever you are supposed to ask yourself, hey, is this a big data problem? Always look at 3 V's. Got it? So now in this case, okay, now in this case what happens is this. Okay, now if you see, customer says volume is 2 TB and my existing capacity is 10 TB. So basically I still have 8 terabytes to go, and my velocity is just 1 GB per week. That's like nothing. 52 GB per year. Okay. So this tells you that, you know what, the customer need not invest another at least $500,000 to set up a data center, recruit new guys for something that he can already do today. See, what is big data? When the data is really, really massive. Does this customer actually have a big data problem according to you? Exactly. It's not having a problem. He's not having a problem. So when he's not having a problem, don't suggest that. Simple as that. So the point I'm trying to make is, whenever in trouble, use this 3V framework as a map. The whole point is that. All right. So now we have a question from someone who says, let me just see the question. Okay, we have a question from Kumar. What if I'm starting a new application? Can I use big data for data storage regardless of data types? Well, it really depends. On a personal note, I would not recommend that. See, the reason is simple. Even if I'm starting a new this thing, why would I invest in multiple servers when one machine can do the job for me? And Hadoop is a rare skill to find. So in that sense, I may not go for using big data or Hadoop as a storage framework also. I would not recommend it. All right. So quick question. Okay, you want me to put that question on notepad? Sure. Now I have a quick question. So guys, is everybody clear now with how do you apply this 3V framework to figure out if this is a big data problem or not? Are you guys following this part so far? Because this is the starting point of everything. Okay. If you get this wrong, forget it. You will always, recommend wrong solutions to the customer. So as a consultant, you are supposed to really be thoughtful about why big data is a great technology. It's a serious investment. So don't just jump onto the bandwagon because you feel it's technically good. So always look at the business side also. All right, now let's look at the next aspect. Now, over the period of time, a few great students have asked some great questions, and I have basically put those questions here to paint the complete picture. So we understand big data. The first question comes is, well, big data is clear, but how does this data look like? Can I see some data and say, okay, this is big data? Well, the point is there is no defined set as to how big data looks like. Big data can look anything like an RFID system generated file, can be a web log, can be user interaction log, user transaction history, user tweets, climate sensor data. It can just be anything. Well, what do we do with this data? Analyze it. The tough question is, so you're asking me to invest $500,000 in a setup. You're asking me to invest in training of people. You're asking me to recruit new guys. For what? For data that is not really structured, for data that's not really money to my company. Why should I invest in this? Why should I listen to you and invest in something that is not really transactional? Why should I do that? Well, it's in this huge heap of data. You have some golden nuggets of information that can take your business to the next level. Let's take example of Amazon. Amazon to a lot of people is just an e-commerce site, but just look at it. You search for an Xbox game and the system figures out, okay, this guy appears to be gamer, and you get all the recommendations around gaming. Okay, you have 1-year-old baby boy, buy diapers for him, and suddenly you realize that Amazon figures out that, okay, you have a baby boy and all the recommendations are around baby products, and most often you end up purchasing stuff that you never thought existed at first place, and that converts to serious dollars for the company. So the point is, the more data you analyze, the better you become at decision making, the better you become at serving your customer. So if you don't analyze this data, somebody else will analyze this data and he'll certainly beat you at the game. So can we have some use case of analyzing big data? We just now saw Amazon. Few more: identifying customers who are most important, identifying the best time to perform a maintenance of a system. This is an industry famous use case of Rackspace analyzing logs to see when to perform maintenance. Analyzing your brand's reputation by analyzing social media posts. So a lot of companies are using big data in a lot of different ways. You'll easily find 100 use cases of big data on the web. All right, fine. So I understand big data, all that is fine. How can such huge data be analyzed? Now I understand one machine is not enough. So what will we do to analyze this data? Now, as the volume is beyond processing and storage of one single machine, we need to have some distributed way. Now, we are not talking about what distributed way, some distributed way. One machine is not enough. I need to deploy multiple machines and distribute my tasks. Wait there. So you're talking about distributed systems like MPP, MPI, and they've been around for more than a decade. So what are you talking about? You're talking about something that's like 2 decades old. So do we even need to see this presentation further? And forget all that. When distributed systems is such a mature concept, does the world really need another distributed system? Okay. Why would somebody take the pain of developing another distributed system when distributed systems have been around? So does the world really need another system? Yes, the world certainly needed another distributed system. Let's see why world needed another distributed system. If you look at a typical distributed system, just a minute. distributed system, this is how it looked like. You had a massive storage area network, okay, where you would put like terabytes of data. Let's say you have 50 terabytes of data, you put it in a SAN. Then you have app servers running on top of it. So each server will, let's say, read 1 terabyte of data. So you have 50 terabyte storage area network, and you have 50 app servers. Each app server would read 1 terabyte from SAN, process it, write it back. So there are 50 people reading data, processing it, and writing it back. So that's how typical distributed systems work. So overall, programs run on each app server. All the data is on SAN. Before execution, each server gets the data from SAN, and after execution, each server writes the output to SAN. Now, this approach was fantastic, but this had some problems. Let's see what problems. First, there was massive dependency on network, and there were huge bandwidth demands. Okay, so if you see 50 terabyte of data is on SAN and 50 machines are reading, so you're necessarily reading 50 terabytes of data on a network cable. It's a really weird idea, and your network would completely get choked up. Scaling up and scaling down was not a smooth process. Now, if I ask you to write a program for 4 machines, can I scale it to 400 machines without changing your code? Not necessarily. So scaling up and scaling down was certainly a pain. Partial failures were the most difficult to handle. Let's say you have 50 machines. What if machine number 41 fails? You're done. That's it. Because you will have to handle what if machine 41 fails. How am I going to basically give that task to somebody and make sure it runs properly? A lot of processing power is spent on transporting data. So majority of your muscle power is being spent on transporting data. And the fifth is data synchronization was required during exchange. So each machine needed to know what other machine is doing. Now that is where distributed systems had problem, and world needed a better system, and that is where Hadoop comes into picture. In a nutshell, guys, I'll make it really simple for you. Hadoop is nothing but another distributed system that solves these 5 problems for you. It is nothing fancy. Hadoop is a plain, simple distributed system that will solve these 5 problems for you. Okay. So quickly to reiterate 2 major things here. First, Hadoop is nothing but a simple distributed system that solves 5 major problems of typical distributed system. Now, second question would be, I have been hearing, this is a very common question, we're hearing about big data and Hadoop. Are they same? Well, the answer is no. Let me give you a relationship between big data and Hadoop. So if you see, database management is a domain. Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, they are products. Okay. Programming languages is a domain. Well, Java, .NET are kind of products to that. Okay. Office productivity is a domain, and Mr. Excel, Word, PowerPoint are products. Similarly, big data analysis, so analyzing big data for decision making, it's a domain, and Hadoop is a product. Now there are few implementations from Teradata. They have something on the lines of big data. You have some from Greenplum, but they all are licensed. They are super expensive, and Hadoop happens to be one of the products. So that brings us to Yes. Bharat, are you able to hear me clearly? Bharat, I guess only you are having the problem because everybody else, nobody. Okay. All right. So let's take up questions. So, all right. So now guys, we'll stop in next 5 minutes. So let's take up all the questions that we had. Okay. So we are done with the demonstration as such. Let's take all the questions. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. So we had, yeah, every day it will be 90 minutes. Just a minute guys, just a minute. So guys, today we will share the video. If you need, this video has been recorded. So please put your what you call email here so that we can send you the video. Okay. All right. I'll take up questions. Now there are some questions on schedule. Let me give you some perspective. Schedule will be 90 minutes a day, Monday to Friday. Okay. Then weekends, well, normally no weekends, but if we all decide that okay, we need this weekend class to be there for, let's say, okay, Christmas is coming and we want to cover up things before that, we may have a weekend. So it's more like on need basis, but otherwise we don't do on weekends. Okay. Now third question was, is Christmas and Thanksgiving off? So guys, see, we are a batch together, so it all depends on the crowd as such. I'm in India, so Christmas and Thanksgiving are I'm equally available, so I don't have a problem with that. So the existing batch that is running, they have off for Thanksgiving. So we can decide. So Christmas we can choose to have a couple of days off or a week off. It's completely okay. Okay. So it's a 90-minute class, and the timing will be 9:30 to 11 p.m. EST. That is 6:30 to 8 p.m. EST, and that is morning 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. IST. Okay. All right. So now let's take other questions. So hope the scheduling questions are all answered. Yeah, I'll send all the this thing. The start date, we will be starting on Monday. So that is November. So we are on November. Okay. So right now we will start on November 25th. We'll start on November 25th. All right. So November 25th we will start. Yeah, it will be 22 sessions around. Okay. So November 22nd we start. We can choose to take a couple of days off for Thanksgiving, but it's all on majority. So we'll start on 22nd, and every week 5 sessions. Okay, and we will cover 40 hours classroom and 20 hours assignment. All right. All right. So now let's take questions one by one. Let's start from. We have a question from Bharat. So guys, I hope scheduling things are clear. Let's quickly have a question from Bharat. Will you provide assistance on certification? Well, the course is built for helping with certi, and yes, certification we will provide support, but I would be very honest. No, it's not 60 hours per week. Overall, it's 60 hours. So it will go over a month or so. It will be around 10 to 12 hours per week. Yeah. Okay. But with our bandwidth, I'll be very honest, we don't provide job and placement support. So I'm really sorry about that, but I'll be upfront honest that yeah, for your interview preparation, I can give you tips, but other than that, yeah, very limited help we do on that part, because you know it's subjective. It depends a lot of factors like what's your event. No. I was giving in. This is another question that was asked, Bharat, so I was just putting it there. So there were two questions asked. One was on placement, another was on certification. So I've answered both of it, Bharat. Got it? All right. So then we have next question, and that is mock exams. Mock exams. During the course, you will take 3 tests. One will be 20 marks, one will be 10 marks, and one will be 60 marks. Okay. Then we have another question from, so do we give certification on completion? So the question is certification on completion. So do you give own certificate on completion? Certificate. So again, I'll be honest about it. Yes, but that will have 0 value. Okay. Unless you have a Cloudera or Hortonworks on your name, no other certificate will help you in any way. So it won't be wrong to say that yeah, they are industry leaders in what they do, and you know, having a certificate from me will not benefit you anyway. So, but then I can give it, it's not a problem. Now the next question is, yeah, Bharat, yeah, okay, Bharat has asked the question. Bhagya, how do about career Hadoop in BI? So we have career in Hadoop plus BI. Yeah, Bharat, that is again Hadoop administration. Okay, Hadoop plus BI. You should know BI, and what we teach you is Hive and Pig, and you will be ready for a career in BI. But Bhagya, you should previously know what is data warehousing, ETL, and stuff like that. Oh, Anil, so Sai, this is the most interesting position to be in. So how about 4 to 5 years in Java? Well, DICE and Indeed is full of openings on Java plus Hadoop. So just search for it, and you know, the number of search results will overwhelm you completely. Yeah. So we have. So I'll send you the notepad for reference. Please don't worry about it. Yeah. So question number 1, yes. Yes. You will have lifetime access to CentOS VM that I give you. It will be on your laptop. Okay. This course shows you Hadoop plus Pentaho. Okay. Now Pentaho is another ETL tool that's open source. So this will give you perspective to how we can what you call get our setup done. Got it? Love. Now the next one is now you will do your hands-on on your laptop, which is one node cluster. Now second thing is I will show you from scratch a 4-node setup, both manually and with Cloudera Manager. Okay, so we will do 2 setups, and then December 6th there is a 4-hour workshop where you will have to set up a multi-node cluster by yourself. Does it answer your question, Bharat? So will I be covering? There is a $16 coverage of big and high and Hadoop with Pentaho. That is Hadoop and BI in this course. Got it? So on December 6th, you will perform a setup on AWS. Yes, you will have to use your credit card, and it will cost you $1.2, only $1.2 for the entire setup. Got it, Bharat? It will be $1.2, so it's not going to be a very costly affair, just $1.2. So here is the calculation. It costs you 12 cents per hour. So if you do setup in 2 hours, so you are going to do 24 cents per hour, 24 cents for per machine. Okay. Now 24 into 4 is actually 96. Okay. Plus you may pay some 10 cents for storage. So around $1.20 is what you pay. All right. Yeah, guys, if I miss some questions, please put it again. I'll certainly that. If not, we are done with the demonstration, and thanks for spending 1 hour of your time, and would look forward to have you at the class. For any question on schedule, course fees and everything, Satish is the guy to ask questions on. So please put it on info@techtrainings.com, and you should have the answer from Satish.
Yes.
Please try to is the idea.
Yeah.
It will be 90 minutes per day, and we may go to around 30 classes. Got it? Okay, and for any information, just type, just put it on techtrainings.com, and you will soon receive these notes and the video. So when is the next batch after November 25th, Ramnath, it should be somewhere around December 3rd week. Sure, Bharat, yeah. Thanks, Bharat.
Thanks for attending this demonstration, everyone. So once we get the emails, then we'll try to share the notes and also the video. So hopefully we'll try to share the video soon. Thanks for your demo, Ravi. Thanks for
yeah. Thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone. Yeah. See you soon in the batch. Thank you very much. Good night.
Sure. See you. Thanks, Atish. Yeah.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.